resources, see dkng.co/ftball.
Welcome to your new home for Chiefs football. Welcome to 96.5 The Fan. Which means this is the only place to listen to the play-by-play on game day. It's the only place to hear Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes on Monday. It's the only place to hear the voice of Chiefs Kingdom, Mitch Holtis. It's the only sports place for you. Your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Touchdown, Kansas City!
Hey, it's Bob Fescoe. Come see me Thursday at Hy-Vee. I'll be at the Mission, Kansas location off of Mart Way from 11 to 1 this Thursday, and there's so much going on. Thursday is $10 steak day at Hy-Vee. Get an 8-ounce steak, mashed potatoes, and green beans for just $10. Plus, Hy-Vee is your one-stop shop for everything Chiefs. From Chiefs-themed cookies to apparel for the whole family, Hy-Vee has it all. So come see me this Thursday from 11 to 1 at Hy-Vee in Mission, Kansas with 96.5 The Fan and our friends at Hy-Vee.
Welcome to your new home for Chiefs football.
Giving off to Kareem Hunt, following his blockers, he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. The middle again, blown wide open. Kelsey's in a wildcat position. And to give it off to Worthy on the right side. Worthy sneaks into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City on an RPO handoff from Travis Kelce.
Welcome to 96.5 The Fan.
You could be on the 50 at GEHA Field for the official coin toss at a Chiefs home game this season. Enter to win at chiefs.com/GEHA. GEHA is the proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Welcome to your new home for Royals baseball.
Salvi drills it high in the air, deep left field, no doubt about it. It's a home run. A game-tying blast from the Royals captain.
In comes the pitch. First pitch fastball, ground ball whip. He's going to go to first. Out at first. Game over. Royals win it and get the series even.
Welcome to 96.5 The Fan.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Mommy, wanna play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Undefeated, atop the AFC West, #1 seed in the AFC. But this team stinks.
Mahomes will throw it right sideline, wide open with the catch. Xavier Worthy, 10-5, touchdown, Kansas City. They give it off. Bashan Robinson hit in the backfield. He goes down, gunning it long. Coming down the near side, the pass is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Your new home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan. You're listening to the all-new 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
We're where you want to be. Baseball with the Royals. If you want to be
having a great time.
You want to be loving the fun. You want to see all of the excitement. This is the place and we're the one. If you want to be yelling like crazy for the guys you love to see, come on out and join us. This is the place you want to be. We're where you want to be. Baseball with the Royals. We're where you want to be. Baseball with the Royals.
If you want to see
the best of the big league,
you want to be
loving the day. Come share the excitement of the stolen bases and double plays.
This
where it happens. Come on and see. For the very best in baseball, this is the place you want to be. We're where you want to be. Baseball with the Royals.
Welcome into Fescoe and Dusty on a Wednesday, playoff Wednesday. Royals in town. We've made it. The week continues to power through. Royals, Yankees, Seth Lugo, a little luck. It's okay to get lucky. You're going to hear that song a lot today because that's what people think sometimes. And I don't really understand why some people say certain things at certain times. But hey, you know what, Jazz Chisholm? You do you, boo.
Who thinks other than Jazz Chisholm that the Royals got lucky in this playoff series? Because the more that I look at it, the more I realize they're just a better baseball team than the Yankees. And I'm still wondering why. I mean, it's a slight underdog tonight. I looked at the FanDuel app. It's plus 102 for the Royals straight up to win. So people are starting to come back to the pack a little bit and siding with the team that is the better team. I'm still trying to figure out where the whole luck line came in from Jazz Chisholm and what he thinks has been luck. It's just the more I think about this, we're looking at an ALCS and an NLCS that will not involve the Yankees. It will not involve the Phillies, and it will not involve the Los Angeles Dodgers, who in Game 4 are going with a bullpen game today against the San Diego Padres, because that's baseball in 2024. And so all of these big market teams, they spend the money, and it's great for their regular season. But when it comes to the postseason, it's not about having the money and having the big names. It's about having the good baseball players and having the gamers that are out there. I saw something this morning. Yuli Gurriel, this guy is 11th in Major League Baseball history in postseason hits. He has 90 postseason hits.
He's 40.
And I'm telling you, that's not luck. That's the ability to play in the big moment. Yuli Gurriel is a better postseason baseball player than Aaron Judge. And I was in my mind yesterday kind of going through the lineup of both teams and looking at it, and I'm like, who would I rather have? Would I rather have Salvi or whoever catches for the Yankees? Would I rather have Yuli Gurriel or that Bird guy that plays first base for the Yankees? And I kind of moved myself around the diamond, and I'm looking around, and I'm going, I don't know who technically I would rather have, maybe other than Juan Soto, right? Other than Juan Soto, I'm not sure that I would want anybody right now in that Yankee lineup over anybody in that Kansas City Royals lineup right now, because the Royals are just playing a better brand of baseball. They're playing a postseason brand of baseball. And that's why when we were talking about it all season long, it's not about what you do in the regular season. It's what you do and how you're built to win in the playoffs. And now that the bullpen has come on and is doing their thing, this is a Royals team that's built in the playoffs. And I will be more surprised and more disappointed if they're not in the ALCS than surprised if they are in the ALCS at this point in time, and maybe even the World Series, because I just look at this team and I just don't see any holes in it right now, and they're playing at the top of their game. They're playing good baseball at a time when it's important to play good baseball, and they're doing it with zero pressure, and I think that is so big right now in the playoffs. The Dodgers, the Phillies, and the Yankees are playing with this pressure, and all three of those teams are on the brink of elimination, and the Yankees right now are just not built to win in this month, and the Royals are, and if they don't win these two games at Kauffman Stadium, I'll be stunned. I'll be shocked if the Royals don't win these games.
Coming up a little bit later on Jay Binkley, we'll also have Tim Kirkshin join the show. Josh Vernier will be on our show today, as will the Royals manager, Matt Quaquero, as he is on every Wednesday at 9. But look, last night watching the Dodgers and Padres game, which, I mean, that game was chaotic in a sense of sports-related chaos.
It was started in chaos, man.
Just wild, man. Like, we thought it happened again to Mookie. Mookie thought it happened again to him.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Then he ran like a heart-shaped base path. And
looked like a kid in T-ball rounding the bases.
Well, it looked like a guy that had been fooled once and was never going to be fooled again.
Yeah, crazy.
And, I mean, same everything. Profar, Mookie couldn't make it up. But then a grand slam and then a ferocious inning of defense. But there's one thing that really stood out to me. And this Padres-Dodgers game last night, even though there was a grand slam to make it 6-5, and we never saw another run again, thanks very much, this game was over as soon as that crowd took over.
Absolutely.
And I know you were watching, because, I mean, we watched, we were probably both watching the Mets and the Phillies, which, by the way, did you see that Winker home run?
Yeah.
I thought that thing was 485 feet. It was 399 feet.
Right,
I'm like, must be nice.
Yeah.
Like, either way, that place was rocking.
Yeah, the place was rocking. Yeah.
And to me, that game last night was over the minute Walker Buehler couldn't hear his pitch count because he got a balk call or a delay of game call, basically, because he couldn't, he didn't know the pitch was coming. His pitch clock ran out. He didn't get to the proper steps at the proper time. and San Diego was just buzzing. I mean, it was so effing loud in that stadium that like even my TV was shaking.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere, right? It's
it was
unbelievable.
insane.
Yeah,
and I get it. That's a huge rivalry game.
Yep.
But who's to say that the Kaufman crowd can't do that again tonight?
Well, and I think the Kaufman crowd will do that
I
tonight.
do too.
And the other thing that I was kind of thinking about tonight is you need to approach this game, and I know I will because, Jen and I will be there tonight. We're taking the kiddos tomorrow. I may not have a voice. I hope
you don't. Not in a bad way. I hope you're that passionate, that loud.
Passionate in it, but it's got to be like an Arrowhead atmosphere out there tonight. And if it's an Arrowhead type of atmosphere, there's no reason that the Royals are going to lose this series. I mean, you've got to make it loud. You've got to make it passionate. You've got to make it like when the Royals, for years never made postseason baseball, you used to look at these playoff crowds and go, damn, I'd love the opportunity to have that. And then we did in 14, and then we did again in 15, and then it's been dormant for 9 years. But we know how to get loud in this city. We do it every Sunday for the Chiefs, and there's 70,000 people that get fired up for these football games, and that's the way it needs to be tonight for the baseball game. 38,000 people screaming and yelling because it is intimidating, man. Like when everybody's waving towels and yelling and doing all that kind of stuff, these baseball players aren't used to that kind of environment because they don't play in that kind of environment all year. You're not getting like that for a regular season baseball game. It doesn't matter, right? Like you're not getting hooped up for a regular season baseball game like you are for a playoff game. And so you've got to make it loud, you've got to make it intimidating, and you've got to make it uncomfortable. And the guy's name is Clark Schmidt with an E at the end, and he pitched in the SEC. He's a salmon slack wearer, right? Like he's not going to have the ability to get out there and deal with adversity unless daddy hires a lawyer type stuff, right? Like that's the type of stuff that we're dealing with
Clark
tonight.
With an E, too.
That's what I said. Clark with an E. Clark E. Schmidt is pitching now. I did go over his numbers. He's been really good. I didn't realize how good he's been. I did, honest to God, didn't realize how good he's been this year. Now, he's only pitched 90 innings. It's not like he's pitched the whole season.
4 2/3, 5 innings a time.
Yeah, but he doesn't give up. This guy doesn't give up any runs at all. So if you can get to him early and knock in a few runs, it's going to be okay.
Neither does Lugo,
and Lugo doesn't either. Like I think the first of 3 wins this game
So
tonight.
you're saying we'll be home by 9?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a quick game tonight because both pitchers deal, and neither pitcher messes around.
No.
They throw strikes, they get outs, they don't give up runs, and that's why I say the first 1 to 3 tonight. But I think the crowd can really have an impact. I think the crowd will have an impact. I mean, you see it all over. Like every one of these series right now that we're watching in Major League Baseball is a true rivalry. The Yankees Royals is a historic rivalry. Phillies Mets obviously, Dodgers Padres obviously is a rivalry, and then Cleveland and Detroit is obviously a rivalry. You couldn't ask for a better setup. But see, to me, the Dodgers are done because Dave Roberts is trying to turn the narrative to somebody threw a ball in the dugout and tried to hurt him during a game, and when you're going down that road, when the ball was rolled into the dugout by Tatis or Machado? Yeah, Machado, I think. You roll the ball into the dugout like he did, and you want to make it a federal case. You're grasping for straws. The Los Angeles Dodgers, the New York Yankees, like this whole thing of loading up your payroll seems great, and we get jealous of that in the regular season. But those teams with big payrolls, they just don't win championships. When was the last time a true big market team in Major League Baseball, like a Yankees LA type team, won a championship? You got to go back to COVID, right?
The bubble.
And I don't know. I mean, like if you're a fan, you count that, and that's fine. That's great and wonderful. But, looking in, it's like, it was a 60-game schedule and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not giving the Dodgers and Lakers all kinds of credit for winning a bubble championship that year, during COVID. I mean, the Yankees haven't won since 2009. The Mets haven't won since 86. The Red Sox have a couple of mixed in there. But last year, you had the Texas Rangers and Arizona Diamondbacks in the World Series. It's how you're playing now. It's how your players are going out there and approaching the game. And right now, this Royals ball club, man, you got to love everything about it because they're playing with no pressure. They're having fun. And I know Big Papi got criticized a little bit by folks last night for saying Mookie Betts just needs to go out there and have fun. But he's absolutely right about that. The Royals are having fun. The Yankees are playing with the weight of the world on their shoulder. And when you play that way and you stress and you have the no ability to go out there and have fun and smile, you're not going to do well. And I want to say it was George Brett back in the day. He used to always say, just smile in the batter's box. Smile. You're having fun. It's baseball. Go out there. Be relaxed. The Royals are playing such a relaxed brand of baseball right now. There's no pressure. There's no way they're going to lose these games to the New York Yankees out of Kauffman Stadium. I think it's going to be a thrilling 2 days for us here in Kansas City. And it's on to the ALCS to face, I don't know, the Tigers or the Indians.
All right. So bringing it back home here tonight to the crowd, the Royals, there's a little bit of pressure, I think, on Bobby Witt Jr. There was in New York, at least in my opinion. Bobby Witt Jr., let's not forget, hit 333 in that wild card round against Baltimore. It was the reason why you scored your runs and why you won your games along with pitching and bullpen. But 333. And the Yankees so far this series, he's hit 158. So there's a little bit of pressure there. And I'm excited to see, like, you want that crowd level to be loud, which I think it will be. I think people will get absolutely ruckus. I think they'll see the towels, the blue. It'll look like a sea of blue, which is awesome for the cruise ship. But I think also, you know, if he gets in there in his first at bat and does what Tatis did last night and hits an absolute piss missile, and that place will erupt. The lid will come off the jar. The ground will shake. And I'm interested to see, like, and maybe this is a good poll question we could have on our Twitter handle or our X handle at 965 or 965 The Fan. Who gets a bigger crowd pop tonight with their first introduction? Bobby Witt Jr. or Salvador Perez?
Well, Salvy's the legacy guy. I mean, yeah, he's the guy that needs to get the standing ovation, tip of the cap. He's the Hall of Famer right now. You love your legacy guys, and to me, Salvy is always that guy. He's always going to be the fan favorite. Like, that guy was a fan favorite when the team's losing 100 games, and he's still smiling, and everybody loves Salvy, and he's been here forever. So I do think he gets a loud ovation, but I don't think we can tell the difference between the ovations because I think it's going to be loud. Sure. But I will tell Bobby Witt, you don't need to play with pressure tonight. If you start playing with pressure tonight, you're not going to do well. Go in there and pretend you were 5 for 5 at Yankee Stadium on Monday night and say, you know what, I was 5 for 5 at Yankee Stadium. I'm doing well. Yeah. If he goes out there and tries to press, he's going to be Aaron Judge. And then you don't want that situation because Aaron Judge sucks in the postseason.
A little bit of information for you all if you want to come meet Fescoe, myself, and we're going to drag Mac out there too. Today at 10 a.m., we're giving away 100 playoff-themed T-shirts in our station parking lot.
You want to get in line right now?
Yeah, thanks to our friends at DM Injury Law. So you can meet Mac, myself, and Bob all in our parking lot at 10 a.m. as we're giving away 100 playoff-themed T-shirts in our parking lot, thanks to our friends at DM Injury Law here at the station.
How fast do you think they'll last? I'm guessing 10 minutes. I'm going to set the over-under at 10 minutes for how long these T-shirts last.
I'll take the under because I'll just go down the line of cars.
Yeah.
And just hand them to you. I'm not going to make you go one by one.
All right, yeah, we can do that. So, if you want to get out there and get in line and wait now, 7000 Squibb Road is the location. Spectre wants you to line up as early as possible, and you get one T-shirt per person in the car. Don't come in here and say, I got a family of 7. We're not doing that. One T-shirt per person in the car, and that's the way it's going to work. So if you got a family of 7, you load up that family truckster and get your ass out here and wait till 10 o'clock, and everybody can have a T-shirt. But you're not rolling through and, being a prize pig on this one. So you got to have people in the car to get the T-shirt. So that starts at 10 o'clock. If you want to line up and sit out there and honk the horn all morning long, I'm fine with that too. I don't care.
Jazz Chisholm said what he said, but he's not the only one to do something like that towards your fan base. I'll explain on the other side on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Jay Southland Tow Service are helping out everybody. They helped our guy Binkley last week when his car died on him. He goes, I need that number for Jay Southland Tow, Bob. I said, Jay, I've been telling you for years, put it in your phone. That way you have it when an emergency happens. So I gave it to him, 816-779-4TOW. 816-779-4TOW. Binkley dialed that number, and immediately the guys from Jay Southland Tow Service came out and helped him get his car back on the road. They're helping people all over the metro. Whether you're north, south, east, or west, Jay Southland Tow Service will be there for you. So put that number in your phone, keep it handy, and forget about it. But when you have car trouble, you know it's there. 816-779-4TOW. A breakdown, an accident, you locked your keys in the car, it just doesn't start, it doesn't matter. Jay Southland Tow Service will help you out of any jam. 816-779-4TOW or at southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments, and Tammy from the Weston, it's Jay Southland Tow. There's nothing they can't do, so be in the know and use Jay Southland Tow.
When Google Fiber first launched 1 gig internet right here in Kansas City, it cost $70. Cut to today. Over 10 years later, 1 gig internet still costs the same, $70. That's what you get with Google Fiber. Fast, reliable internet with simple, straightforward monthly billing. No data caps, no annual contracts, no hidden fees. Just a small local fee for the city on top of your flat, predictable price. Go beyond good enough. Go beyond fiber. Sign up today at fiber.google.com.
If you had the crystal ball, you wouldn't agonize over when to sell your home. You'd just ask, should I sell while my home's value is sky high, or wait and hope the bottom doesn't drop out of the housing market? The thing is, I'm not ready to move. You don't need a crystal ball with Truehold's Sell and Stay program. You can literally sell now and stay in your home as long as you like. When you sell your home to Truehold for its best current value, you can fully cash out your home's equity, and you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Truehold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance too. Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get an offer now while your home's value is sky high, and use the money to secure your retirement, pay off bills, or finance your dreams. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's current best value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Playoff baseball is here, and BetMGM is bringing the energy with the first ever bullpen jackpot. That's right. Opt into BetMGM's exclusive bullpen jackpot. Place a player to hit a home run bet for any MLB playoff game this fall, and you could win a share of $50,000 in bonus bets if your player homers into the bullpen. That's not all. This offer lasts throughout the playoffs and right into the World Series. Plus, keep your eyes on the bullpen. It'll be branded with BetMGM across all MLB ballparks every step of the way. Don't miss out. The bullpen jackpot could be your ticket to $50,000 in bonus bets. So bet your home run prop bets on BetMGM. Watch the bullpen and cash in if a player lands a home run where it counts. Only with the sportsbook born in Vegas. BetMGM. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
In business, success is never by chance. You know that better than anyone. So why settle for a marketing agency that gambles with your money? At Scale Marketing, we've been in your shoes. Our founders successfully owned and operated businesses long before becoming marketers. They understand the business of, well, business. We specialize in performance marketing for mid-sized B2C companies with teams of over 100 people. From traditional and digital marketing to media buying, data science, and creative production, Scale Marketing manages it all. Our tailored strategies drive measurable growth, turning your challenges into opportunities. Imagine your company leading the market, not just participating in it. That's what we do at Scale Marketing. Don't let your business growth plateau or underperform. Scale Marketing will pinpoint exactly what you need to focus on, ensuring your success isn't left to chance. Take your business to the next level with Scale Marketing. Visit scalemarketing.com today. That's scalemarketing.com.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. You know, I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. You know, basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not a rate based on Terry who keeps and makes the car behind them.
Oh no, they're about to.
Save with DriveWise and the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Kick off fall with Labor Day deals at Lowe's. Right now, buy one, get one free on select interior paint via Lowe's gift card rebate for your next paint project. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members save more on select 1.5 pint or 1 quart mums. Get 5 for just $10. Shop these can't-miss deals today before they're gone. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 9/4 while supplies last. More terms and restrictions apply. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change. See lowes.com/rebates for details.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Renner Garage Door, RENNER, forward and back. On the Missouri side, checking the Cordell and Cordell No Delay Freeway, I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown is 15 minutes. Whether you need a new Smart LiftMaster opener, service, repair, or brand new garage door, Renner Garage Door has you covered. Locally owned, top rated. RENNER, forward and back. RennerDoor.com, touchdown Renner. Alan Card, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Right back at you. 96.5 The Fan, Fescoe and Dusty. Pop Fescoe, Dusty like his back. Morning, go ahead.
I was going to say, I can't take my eyes off what's going on in Tampa this morning.
Oh, I didn't say Utah.
I mean, no, not Utah. Yeah, happy hockey. Welcome to the NHL in Utah. For those who want a team in Kansas City, I did see the commissioner says we're not interested in expanding right now. So there's going to be no hockey team.
Seattle Kraken, baby.
Is that your team? You pick up where Josh left off, huh?
Yep.
Taking over Josh's old team, huh?
Yeah. Spec told me Dallas because they have local ties.
They do?
I guess the Hunt family?
No.
They're fans of Dallas?
I don't know if they're fans. I don't know if there's not
Oh,
part of
well,
it.
I mean, I know that Gracie
Mahomes?
always has, and then he said Mahomes is always a Dallas.
Oh, is he? Because Mahomes roots for him, so now we got to root for him. Is that what Spector's telling
so
us?
I just went with the...
I'll root for who I want, Steven.
I just went for the history. I'll go support the first ever female coach in the NHL. Hope she beats everybody's ass.
Yeah, that's cool.
And she's kind of hot. So
I gotta look this up. Yeah, I didn't even know that. That is really cool. You told me that.
Yeah,
on the break. I
Seattle
had no
Kraken.
idea.
So that's who I root for. Support those ladies.
Go Preds.
That's right. The crown jewel always support the females.
So you're a Preds fan? Did you pick it up when you were down there?
Yeah,
a little
when I
bit?
moved
It's
there,
fun,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's fun, man.
There's nothing better than an NHL game in person. It's
Seriously.
the best sporting event in person. It is so incredibly awesome, right?
Well, and like you've said, these past weeks, there's like a feeling with playoff baseball. I feel the same with playoff hockey.
Yeah,
There's
of
something
course.
specific.
Yeah.
Playoff hockey.
Yeah.
That Game 7 last year.
Yeah.
Woo! You know where I was? Glued, not knowing what the hell's going on. But I was watching a black puck go back and forth on a white rink, and I was like, somebody's got to score, and somebody needs to fight.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, I would encourage anybody who's never been. Don't worry about some of these like the stuff in Independence. Like that doesn't give you the feel of going to an NHL game.
Even those are
right?
fun,
and they're fun. But you go to an NHL game, and I promise you, I don't know any other sporting event where you go to a game and you've never been, where you become addicted right away. It is just fun. It is awesome, man. It is the coolest thing to go to. So if you get an opportunity, go see a hockey game because their season started last night. Right? Who knew?
Yeah, and if you if you want obviously something else in person, Royals in town tonight. They take on the Yankees. Game starts 6:08. Josh Verner's on deck show starts at 5:00. You'll want to be a part of that. Vern gets a little extra juiced up when it comes to the playoffs.
Yep.
81 votes on our poll today. Who gets the louder pop from the crowd tonight during their first at bat? Salvador Perez or Bobby Witt Jr.? Currently, after 81 votes, Salvador Perez leads 59.3% to 40.7%.
I'm surprised it's that big of a runaway. I'm going Salvi just because he's the legacy guy. Hit the big home run the other night. He's been an MVP. He's won a championship. Like, he's your ultimate fan favorite. He may go down as the most likable, lovable fan favorite athlete in Kansas City sports history. I mean, that's just the personality that Salvador Perez brings. Like, I don't know how many people can just walk into a room and you just immediately smile when you see that person, right? Like, Salvador Perez is that guy. He walks into a room, he just lights it up. The kids love him. He's playing wiffle ball in the backyard, the whole 9 yards. Like, that's just a guy that you want as an athlete in your town, and he's a champion, and he's got an opportunity to be a champion again. And if anybody's shocked to think that we're saying champion with Royals in 2024, don't be, because they're one of the better teams out there right now. And I would love a Royals-Padres World Series because the electricity, the excitement, the fun that those two teams bring to the table. Like, if Major League Baseball wants to grow, which it does, every sport, even the NFL wants to grow, right? You have the Padres and you have the Royals and you have the atmosphere in San Diego and the atmosphere in Kansas City and the likable kind of household names in San Diego, the likable household names here in Kansas City. I think that's great for baseball. I think it's going to be a fun World Series if we end up getting the Padres versus the Royals, because you got two smaller revenue teams, if you will. You've got two passionate fan bases, and you got pictures and colors that are going to pop off the screen, and people like that kind of stuff, man. Like the Yankees and Dodgers may do a nice television number, but the Royals and Padres is going to be a much more exciting, much more fun World Series than the Dodgers-Yankees, which is like your grandpa's World Series, man.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have Tatis versus Bobby Witt Jr.
I mean, come on now. Come on, right?
And then Lugo taking a chance on himself, going up against his old team. Michael Wacha as
going
well.
up. Yeah, I mean, there's storyline. Oh, my God, it's done. San Diego and Kansas City World Series. Book
I
it
didn't
right
want
now.
to do that to you because I have all that like stored away in my notes, but because I'm a geek with baseball, I've already taken like all the teams and what the possibilities are. Like obviously the Mets, the rematch,
right?
The Dodgers, the jerseys.
Yep. Because the Royals were modeled after the Dodgers.
Correct.
When Ewing Kauffman founded the team, he wanted to model the logo after the classiest organization that he thought out there, and he picked the Dodgers. And so, yeah, the uniform thing. But the Padres and Royals, man, that is a sneaky, good, fun, like, oh my God, look at all the storyline type of World Series that could be out there. And so, in San Diego and Kansas City, old rivals in the AFL, AFC West before the Chargers moved to Los Angeles. And I mean, I just think it's perfect, man. That would be so much fun because the Phillies are about to get eliminated by the Mets. The Mets are going to then have to take on the Padres, and you're not beating San Diego. You're just not. That is a juggernaut right now that is rolling through the National League, and I feel the same thing about the Royals. They're playing good baseball. Everybody's producing from top to bottom one way or the other. Everybody's doing one thing to help their team win, and they got the starting pitching, and now they've got a bullpen. Good luck to the rest of baseball.
No doubt about it. Also, don't forget, today, come see Bob and I, 7,000 Squib Road, 10, see Mac as well, from 10 a.m. Until we get rid of them. There's 100 playoff-themed T-shirts at our station parking lot, thanks to our friends at DM Injury Law. I've already seen a few cars go by. They might be in line. I don't know. Maybe they're going to Chick-fil-A, taking the back way in. Who never knows? But look, I'll bring this up because the Royals, as you mentioned, are in the playoffs. And Jazz Chisholm, obviously, we played it 100 times yesterday, so the Royals got lucky.
Right.
Fair enough.
Everybody in the country's ripping this guy now, too, which is great.
Yeah. And, after the show, I'm driving home and thinking to myself, I'm like, yeah, okay, so how can we expand this conversation? Because I hope that man gets booed so loud that his pitch comp can't be heard.
Yeah.
Which he doesn't have when you get the gig.
Which, by the way, though, like, we can still put fingers down between our crotch, right? The signal pitches. Like, we don't have to just rely on the pitch comp. So if that thing goes down, you can't hear, you can still look at the catcher's fingers.
In Houston, you just got to be careful with Houston.
Yeah,
they're not relevant,
yeah,
so
right,
you're good. But I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, what did Jazz Chisholm really do that really got people, revved up and pissed? And I'm like, thinking about the interview and what Vern said about how he said everything right until the final couple seconds.
Yeah.
And he was right. Like, I'm like, hey, look, whatever. He just, choice of words, which is, to me, two things. It's not smart, and it lets me know that there's something of note about the Royals. Because he's not the only one to do this, let alone for the baseball team and the football team here in Kansas City. Like, Jamar Chase has been this guy.
Oh, God, yes.
Did it work out?
No.
Okay.
They haven't done anything since they called it Burrowhead. Like, we've kind of shut down the Cincinnati narrative, right?
That wasn't even Jamar Chase. And the audio that I go back to at Jamar Chase is that when last year's defense was impressive and they asked Jamar Chase, is there anything that sticks out for the Kansas City defense? Not really.
No.
And you're like, okay. I mean, L'Jarius Sneed hasn't allowed a touchdown, hasn't allowed, except for one game, a receiver to have wide receiver one. I don't think he had allowed it to have over 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to go out there and say that. And it's like, okay, the other team didn't merit any sort of discussion to have that sort of response. You think of Lance McCullers Jr., as we talked yesterday, did the slash, did the backpack. It brought out a different type of athlete for the Royals.
Right.
You look at Carlos Rodon the other night, doing the tongue thing, striking out the side, counting his chickens before they hatch. And then it's Salvador Perez hitting a 420-foot moon ball and sticking his tongue out. You ain't never seen Sal stick his tongue out.
No, I know. That's how wild Salvador Perez took that, right?
And, you look at Sirianni, right? Like when the Eagles beat the Chiefs and he goes to the tunnel and he's like, I don't hear you now, Chiefs fans.
Right.
See ya.
That's the last time Philadelphia won anything.
How has Philadelphia been since then?
Yeah, not good.
And there's other layers. And you go back to, gosh, who was it that said the dunce and the chess master?
Oh, yeah, but that was the media that said that.
Still,
yeah,
somebody,
with Buck Showalter and Ned Yost. I mean, they put a dunce cap on Ned, and we took care of them in 4 games, and that was that. Yeah,
and I'm saying, like, all the...
Or even back to the guy, Jalen Ramsey, saying that Tyreek Hill is nothing but a special teams player.
There's all
right?
these receipts, and the Chiefs and the Royals don't say anything first. And if I'm biased, 913-586-7965, maybe I'm missing something. Did the Royals or the Chiefs ever come out and say ahead of time?
One time. Justin Reed, and it was shut down immediately.
But he did it after they had said something.
But that's the only time that we've heard any inkling. Right. No, I don't think the Royals or Chiefs have really ever started anything.
At least in the last 10 years.
Right.
I'm going back to the 10, like, I guess if you want to go 12 with Jalen Ramsey. But, like, I'm trying to think, and that was what my entire conversation in my own
Jalen Ramsey was in
head.
the last 5 years. It was
No, because Tyreek Hill was here.
Right. It was that Jacksonville game where it rained. It was October. The sun came out at the end, and the
I want to
Chiefs
say it
ended
was
up winning
2017.
It was definitely a Mahomes game. It was like 19 probably. I think it was 18. It was 18
It was
or
the
19.
year after they went to the AFC Championship game.
So no, but that was COVID
Because Tyreek had only played 1 year in the
So it was
league.
19 then.
Yeah.
Then it was 2019 season is when that happened. It was. I remember the game was rainy, and then all of a sudden, late at the end, the Chiefs took the
5
lead.
years.
The sun came out.
5
and,
or 6.
Yeah, and Jalen Ramsey. I don't know if he's been the
And
same
I don't
since,
know
right?
if, like, I just don't know. Like, the only time I can ever really think of in my life where a Chiefs player did something where I'm like, all right, that's a little much, was when Tyreek mimicked the Shannon Sharp thing against the Bucs, because then what happened in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like,
they got
granted, the offensive line was destroyed.
Yeah.
But, like, they probably had a little bit of a purpose.
Sure, and it was Tom Brady, and you give him a little something to kind of chew on.
Oh,
a little
they
bit. He's going
watched
to take
it.
advantage
They
of
watched
it. Yeah,
it, yeah.
right. Yeah, exactly. So no, I don't think we've ever done anything like that. And I think when teams start to do that smack talk, it shows you that that's the inferiority complex coming out. And I know it's the Yankees and whatnot. But you look at these teams that say stuff and do the talking, they're doing that because there's nothing left in their tank, and they're trying to distract other ways, and they're trying to get under your skin. It's the exact same reason Dave Roberts got all bent about a ball that was rolled to the dugout, because he knows that his team is cooked. When teams start to do that kind of stuff, they are already beaten, and that's where the Yankees are right now. Like, I'll take their approach for a second. Like, if you're on that Yankee team, you better get your guys back tonight, right? Like you better, and I'm not even talking about Clarkie Schmidt. I'm talking about the rest of the guys in that lineup. You better go out there and pick your guy up, because he's going to be in a world of hurt when he digs into that batter's box in the first or second inning, and the entire crowd is booing and hissing and all that kind of stuff that we're going to do out at the ballpark tonight. Like, it's going to be a miserable experience for that guy. Are your other guys in the lineup true teammates? Are they going to help you? Are they going to pick you up? I don't know. But I do feel like the team that does the talking and brings the attention upon themselves are the teams that right now understand that they are cooked. The Dodgers, the Yankees, the Jags, the Orioles, all of these teams that have done it over the past. You're doing it because you're cooked, and you know that you don't have the wherewithal to go toe-to-toe with the Kansas City Royals right now. So you want to say they're lucky because you're done. You got nothing else to grab onto.
Mac, you were in Tennessee. Like, you're outside of Kansas City, but obviously, whatever, this is your alliance. Like, was there ever, like, anything that you saw, like, where it was like the Chiefs said something, or like maybe somebody I just don't ever notice that.
I was trying to, you brought it up, like Justin Reed was, but again, that was kind of after
that
the
was a
fact.
response.
Yeah, exactly.
It was in response. But maybe Travis Kelce back in the day, but I don't really remember anything really like that. I mean, he did some stuff on the field, but
never
nothing
really
leading
called
up to
other
it.
teams or players
No,
out.
Tyrann Mathieu talked trash to Tom Brady again during the Super Bowl.
During the
after
Super
the game
Bowl.
was
Face to
over.
face.
Yeah, face to face. Yeah. Tyrann got a little heated in that conversation. So did Tom at that point in time.
Yeah.
Right?
But to your point, like that was showing defeat.
That was
defeat.
Right.
We were cooked at that point.
We were
the
cooked
game was
at that
over.
point. The game was done. It was before halftime. Tyrann got in Tom's face, and that's when the game over text went out, right? Like, you just knew it. And I remember Josh being on the sidelines for that game, too, and he's like, look, man, that thing was done as soon as that happened. It was crazy chaos on the side. Like, it was over. There was no putting that tube back into the toothpaste. And, again, I use the kid analogy. They're wound up right before bedtime. They go, and then they pass out. Like, that's where the Yankees are right now. They're staring down the barrel of another postseason defeat. How lucky they are that Robert Saleh got fired yesterday, so nobody was talking about them. But now everybody's going to be talking about them. The pressure's on them like it's never been before. You're facing the Kansas City Royals, who don't have a payroll anywhere near you, and you're about to get eliminated from the postseason by the Royals.
As we go back through that lesson in this classroom today on Fescoe and Dusty, how did it work out for Jalen Ramsey?
No, you haven't heard from him since.
How did it work out for Cincinnati?
Haven't heard from them since.
How did it work out for Baltimore?
Haven't heard from them since.
How do you think it plans to work out for New York?
Not going to hear from them since.
Okay, well, now we got other people in other sport and football. Well, I'll let you listen to Dominic Foxworth.
So let's put our money where our mouth is then, okay? Are the Chiefs the team to beat to win the Super Bowl again? Are they?
I like the Ravens better than the Chiefs right now, honestly. I think the Chiefs.
Homer. Seen that movie.
Homer. Okay. So just because it happened last year and it happened at the beginning of the season doesn't mean that every time that they play are going to lose. They played pretty much to a draw earlier in this season, and the Ravens have gotten better since then, and the Chiefs have gotten worse. So we can be up here.
What is a draw? There was no draw. So you talk about history all the time. The last two times they played,
it's a matter of a toe.
They beat them by a foot. I mean, they literally beat them by that foot. Okay,
all
perfect.
I'm saying is all I'm saying is they were close. You didn't leave that game thinking that the Chiefs.
There's a lot of teams that play close.
But I'm saying since then, I believe that the Ravens have gotten better and the Chiefs have gotten more injured.
The Ravens should have lost to Cincy.
So the Ravens tight end doesn't know where the end zone ends, and the Chiefs tight end knows where everybody is on the field, so he knows how to lateral the ball in the moment, right? Like, I mean,
those things are related.
Here's the thing: if the Super Bowl it makes the point about the Chiefs and like how to win games. You talk about answers to the test. Everyone's got problems. Every team has problems. The Chiefs have proven to us that they know how to find solutions as the year goes on. And
I think people are finally understanding what I've been saying for years now about the Chiefs. You can have all these problems, but they know how to solve those problems. They're problem solvers. That Dominique Foxworth commentary right there was hard to watch. It was definitely cringeworthy, and the more I hear it, the more I put it in the hall of shame of like some of the worst sports takes that I've ever heard. And you can go out there and have bad sports takes and bad opinions, but when you're wrong and misinformed like Dominique Foxworth is, and the entire panel gets on you, you could feel him shrink right before your eyes, because everything he said, whether it was Jeff Saturday or Mike Greenberg, or I'm not sure who the final panelist was on there, looks at him and goes, what are you talking about, man? Like, the Ravens have gotten better and the Chiefs have gotten worse, and Saturday goes, they almost lost to the Bengals. I mean, like, they had a fumble that saved them and a Derrick Henry run.
And a missed field goal.
And a missed field goal. They won the game, and I'm not taking that away from them. But if you want to say that the Chiefs have gotten worse and the Ravens have gotten better, well, that's not true.
Right.
That's factually wrong. The Chiefs have beaten the Ravens. They've beaten the Bengals when they were both considered competitors. They beat Atlanta, who was considered a competitor at the beginning of the season. They took care of business against the Chargers, who people thought was going to contend for this division. And then they go and beat a Saints team that everybody was in love with after 2 weeks of the season because they put up 40 points against the Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers, and they shut them down and put them back into oblivion as well. Like Dominique Foxworth, I'll just be honest with you, man, that is an ignorant take, and it's not even correct on any level. At no position are the Baltimore Ravens right now better than the 5-0 Kansas City Chiefs, and it starts with the head coach. No matter what they throw at them, they figure out a way to fix it, and it's kind of reminiscent of what the Royals are doing right now. There's nothing that is in their way that they can't seemingly overcome and fix, and have found ways to overcome and fix just about everything so far in this postseason. I mean, to sit there and say the Ravens are the better team than the Chiefs right now, that's just dumb.
It's just weird that, like, the excuse is, well, they were a toe away. Not it's not. And I don't want you to get worked up. I just want to be open and honest here. That's the exact same thing that I've been saying for years. It's not a catch. I don't care if it's by a toe, by a foot, by a leg, by a mile. Like, it's not a catch. You can't play those what-if games and then say, well, if his foot was in, then they win in their seasons. It's like, but it wasn't.
But there's a saying in
the offensive line wasn't healthy when they played the Tampa Bay Bucks, and they lost.
And that's those are the cards you're dealt, and you deal with them. Know your boundaries. Know where you are on the field. It's a game of inches. We hear it all the time. And then when actually it gets implemented as a game of inches, people are like, well, I mean, you probably should just give him the touchdown because he was
Always
close.
that way. People always say that.
Come on now. What? I mean, I know it's 2024 and everybody's supposed to get a medal and a ribbon, but there are still rules that you need to follow, and you need to be in bounds. We can't just go, he's close enough. Let's give him the touchdown, unless it's Major League Baseball and there's a play at second base. I mean, that's fine and dandy and all that, but I mean, it's just a wrong take, and like I really did. I felt because I like Dominique Foxworth. But I felt bad for him.
Patriots homer.
I think he's very entertaining on TV. But when you have a take that is just completely wrong, that would be like going on the air and going, well, the Royals wear red uniforms. No, they don't. Well, they kind of do. No. There's nothing truthful about what Dominique Foxworth had to say there. Absolutely brutal take by him.
Today at 10 a.m., 7000 Squibb Road, we're giving away 100 playoff-themed T-shirts at our station's parking lot.
How many people are out there right now?
I think 10.
Okay.
Thanks to our friends at DM Injury Law. So today, 10 a.m., 7000 Squibb Road, we're giving away 100 playoff-themed T-shirts here in our parking lot. Coming up on the other side, a guy that has 3 T-shirts already. His name's Jay Binkley. He joins us next on 96.5 The Fan. Your home.
Only 3.
For Kansas City Sports.
Fescoe and Dusty.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Park and Go are going to help you with parking at the airport, because that's the number one question in Kansas City. I can already hear it. Where are we going to park? Well, I'll tell you where you're going to park. You're going to park at Park and Go. Just had a friend come back from a trip. He texted me. He goes, unbelievable, man. Park and Go was the way to go. They were right there at your car as soon as I pulled in, and took me right to the terminal. And when I got back, he goes, just like you said, I grabbed my bags. I walked outside. There was the bus. We jumped on it and right back to our car. And Park and Go really gets that customer service started before you even get to Park and Go. Number one, it's all covered parking, so you know that your car is going to be protected from all of the elements. Number two, with Park and Go, you make your reservation online at bookparkandgo.com, and they're going to give you an opportunity to save some dough. Prepay, and you will get their lowest rate, and you're going to save money, and then it's done. You don't have to worry about it. Show up on the day of your flight, give them the reservation number, they direct you right to the spot that they have reserved for you, and as soon as you get out of that car, there's the van right to the airport terminal. So do what we did and join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
The Chiefs, Cardinals, Royals, Blues, and our 2 soccer teams, the Current and St. Louis City SC, are all endorsing Amendment 2. Here's why you should support it too. Right now, Missouri sports fans are taking their money and placing their bets in Kansas and Illinois. We're losing our money to other states, money that could be invested in our schools. Amendment 2 fixes that. By legalizing sports betting, Amendment 2 will generate over $100 million for Missouri schools over the next 5 years. And there's a strong constitutional guarantee ensuring the revenue from sports betting will go to education. Kansas and Illinois know sports betting is a winner for their fans and taxpayers. It's time for Missouri to get into the game. Amendment 2 means over $100 million for Missouri schools. Join the Chiefs, Cardinals, Royals, Blues, Current, and St. Louis City SC in supporting Amendment 2. Paid for by Winning for Missouri Education, Mike Pridmore, Treasurer.
Kansas City is Sean Barber. You know there's nothing easier than to enjoy watching the Chiefs with some wings and an ice-cold Bud Light. And Buffalo Wild Wings is serving up both for every game, all season long. Join me at Buffalo Wild Wings, located off I-70 and Little Blue Parkway in Independence, Friday, October 11th. I'll be there from 6 to 8 p.m., celebrating the back-to-back Super Bowl champ while eating some wings and drinking $5 Bud Lights. Nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
For more, go to 965thefan.com. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, it's Bob Fescoe. Come see me Thursday at Hy-Vee. I'll be at the Mission, Kansas location off of Martway from 11 to 1 this Thursday, and there's so much going on. Thursday is $10 steak day at Hy-Vee. Get an 8-ounce steak, mashed potatoes, and green beans for just $10. Plus, Hy-Vee is your one-stop shop for everything Chiefs. From Chiefs-themed cookies to apparel for the whole family, Hy-Vee has it all. So come see me this Thursday from 11 to 1 at Hy-Vee in Mission, Kansas with 96.5 The Fan and our friends at Hy-Vee.
Hi, may I help you? Hi, can I help you? Gates Barbecue is sure to please your palate for lunch or dinner. Gates sauces and seasonings can be ordered online at gatesbarbecue.com or stop by any of their 5 locations and bring Gates sauces and seasonings home today. Whether a family get-together or entertaining friends from out of town, it all goes best with Gates Barbecue. And nothing says Kansas City barbecue like the great flavors of Gates Barbecue, a Kansas City tradition.
Tune in this week to Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti, where they break down all the headlines in the NFL, presented by T-Mobile. Head to T-Mobile.com and get a great deal on their iPhone 16 Pro.
You could be on the 50 at GEHA Field for the official coin toss at a Chiefs home game this season. Enter to win at Chiefs.com/GEHA. GEHA is the proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Gann Asphalt and Concrete, online at GannAsphalt.com. Lee Summit, US 50 westbound before Chipman with an accident reporting. Checking it out on the Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras. It's got you slow from 3rd Street up to 470. Looking to transform your business's property. Noticing crumbling curbs, uneven sidewalks, parking lot potholes, or faded striping. Gann Asphalt and Concrete makes your project a streamlined process with one contractor. All things parking lot. Gann Asphalt and Concrete, online at GannAsphalt.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
That dude was high on something.
He was high on college football. College football, baby. They're throwing a chaw and talk some ball, baby. Knows college football better than his own family. College football, J. Bigley. Got their chawing, wearing them short track style shorts. I heard he almost played football in Nebraska. He used to call Bobby Bowden and ask for football informational nuggets with barbecue sauce. Jay knows more about high school football than you know about your family. B-Dub, call Jay Binkley. Call Bink. College football, baby. They're throwing a chaw, talks a ball, baby. Knows college football better than his own family. College football, Jay Binkley. The
Man who was watching CBS Sports Network last night as FIU was taking on Liberty, and I'm not making that up, Jay Binkley. Hello, Jay.
Good morning, Bob. How are you? We're in the middle of that 56 straight games of football, so of course I was watching that.
Of course you were. There was another game on the True TV as well, I found last night, and I don't remember who that was, but there was another football game on the TV last night. And Jay, I want to start with something that kind of made news yesterday. We're talking about now consolidating to 70 teams in college football. Some like hedge fund investors going to invest $9 billion in this. Is Kansas going to be left on the outside looking in because they stink?
No, I don't think so. I think they'd probably be they'd still be in that.
They would be still in that.
Power Five.
Yeah.
What's
So
that?
they would still be considered in that group of 70 that is being proposed now for college football. That looks like it's going to happen.
Yes, I do believe so.
Right, well, they're in a bad way. Let's start with them because no matter who you are in this town, you laugh at Kansas or you get excited about them. They're in a downward spiral right now. What is going on in Lawrence? Who's getting fired?
You know, it's got to be, you look at the offensive coordinator, Grimes there. I mean, the fact that you look at Devin Neal, just 14 carries last week. And once again, Kansas loses a game at the very end. And that's got to be the most frustrating thing because you think, okay, how far are they from winning games and what the record should be? They lost with 20 seconds left in that game. I mean, this team finds a way to lose games at the end of the fourth quarter, all but one game. Where the game was that TCU game was kind of decided, in the third quarter before you get to the fourth quarter. All those games came down to the end. They just got to figure, okay, what happens at the end? Maybe it's clock management issues. Maybe it's, not, being dedicated to the run game at certain times to wear down the clock. But we see the Chiefs always win these games at the end. Kansas is finding a way to lose these games at the end, which is a problem. But yeah, they got to figure this thing out because they got to still get funds and get their fans excited to continue paying for their stadium. And Lance Leipold, I don't think he's in trouble yet. I think I would give him another offensive coordinator. That's got to happen. And the fact is, what could he do with another quarterback? Jalen Daniels, once he's gone, he brings another quarterback in? Can he do good things with that quarterback? Because you can't forget what he did last year, and can't forget in his history, the guy is a winner.
Binkley, Ryan Tidge is going to be on Saturday night. I don't even need to introduce you to the game at 9:15. K-State by 4 is the Vegas line. I love Colorado in this game, man. It's on the road. It's in a different time zone for K-State. It seems like it might be a little bit different. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate from the EMAW fans, but you know me and my fandom with Colorado. Do you believe, as you know what I did there, do you believe Colorado has a shot at this game?
100%. Just think of the last time K-State had to go out and play late at night. They got smoked by BYU. They got to go out west again to Colorado. Listen, I like Kansas State, but things are – I do think they're one of the best teams, if not the best team in the Big 12, but this whole Big 12 is so inconsistent. Teams are good one week, then bad another. But Colorado is a lot better than people realize. I think last year they look at that team, look at that defense, look how they played. But you're talking about having a quarterback. It's going to be a first-round quarterback, a top 10 quarterback, and you got Travis Hunter, the most electric player in college football, who's climbing up the Heisman odds now. You look at that offense and what they can do, and then you look at the defense. Their defense is much improved. I know last week, or the last time I played against UCF, they shut down the number one offense in the Big 12, and they limited that running game. UCF led the nation in rushing, and Colorado was playing much better defensively. They brought in a defensive coordinator, from the Bengals to change things up. Before that game last week, they'd only given up 19 total points in the second half all year, but they blocked better. Shedeur Sanders